Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to work on an anklet using my Bargain Bead Box July kit Coastal Breeze. I think it's going to be really cute and pretty, and I hope you like it too. Very beachy. So let's turn down and we'll get to work on it. Okay, here are the beads I have gotten out from my Coastal Breeze Bargain Bead Box. And then I got a few spacers and a clasp. We're going to use a little Softflex beading wire. We'll need about a foot. So let's get that cut. This is the turquoise. Isn't this a pretty color? And it matches our starfish really well. So we'll cut a foot of Softflex off. And then we'll put this aside. We don't need it any further. I'm going to work from the middle because I like that better because it gives me room to maneuver things some. So we're going to start with this really cool metal starfish. Then we're going to use one of these little alabaster crystals, one of the spacers from my bunch, green one. Well, I guess it's teal. Bead cap. One of these are really slippery because they're so well polished that they're just amazingly. So then we'll just keep going down the line a bit. Go with this. Then we're going to do a little spacer again. A little, this one. And then the next starfish. This is the, now we're using the blue resin ones. So then we'll just keep going down the row like that on both sides. Until we get to the finished part of each one. Isn't this going to be cute? Now I'm going to quit right here on this side and go to the other side because I think we're going to hit our length right about there. Maybe a little more, but just about there. So then we'll just go back to the other side and do the same. Now this is a fully beaded anklet. A lot of folks, you don't need to make them all like this, and if you do, you could use instead of these larger beads, you could use some seed beads or something to fill in, or even all these little crystals so that it was smaller. But I think I like this the way I have got it. Oops, forgot the spacer. And I think we're going to put these little bit right here on here. And then we're going to see approximately how long this is. Let's give the other side some more line here. But I think we're probably pretty good right there. That is not quite 9. And then of course we're going to put on our lobster claw and our ring, which will make it be much closer to 9. In fact, probably go over to about 9 1/4. So let's get those on. And I will need to get a couple of little crimp tubes. Be right back. I have gotten 2 crimp tubes, and we're going to crimp the lobster claw on one side and the jump ring on the other. So just put the crimp tube on, then the oval jump ring, or regular jump ring if you prefer, or even no jump ring, because Softflex is a really strong wire, and you can just use the circle part of it for your loop for your lobster claw if you want to. Oops, pulled it back out. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, got that in there now. Make sure your wires aren't crossed. Put this tube right in the middle of your magical crimpers and squish. Then turn and squish, and keep doing that till it doesn't squish anymore. Then do a tug test, and hope it will take. It looks like this bead is going to take a second wire, which sort of surprises me. So we'll cut it off right after that bead, the excess wire, and we'll slide our pieces all to the other side. Sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera there. Now we'll put the crimp in the other side. Now, right now you could either crimp it directly on, like I'm going to do, or you could use a small jump ring. And in fact, we may just feed this in, tighten her up. And then we can, before we crimp it, we will see how big it's going to be. If we need a little more space, we will simply put a jump ring on that side. So let's just slide her on down. And it looks like she's going to be about 9 inches. Somewhere between 9 and 9 1/4, and that is a really good size. So we will leave it just like that, and we will crimp that lobster claw on right there. Now I didn't try to see if it would go through this bead, so I'm just going to crimp it, cut it right here at the base of the crimp. Do a tug test, it looks good. And there we have our anklet. Isn't that pretty? This is, of course, going to be our focal seahorse here. So there we are. One little Coastal Breeze anklet. I think that turned out really pretty. Hope you liked it. So there we go. There's our anklet with a pretty little silver starfish here in the middle and the two turquoisey ones on the sides. So I think this turned out really, really pretty. I hope you liked it as much as I do. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.